So I'll be very candid. I've gone through depression. I've had clinical depression. Right? And I think one of the best things that have happened to me. Right? It's a I don't wish it to any my worst enemy, having gone through it. It's a very dark, daunting thing. But when you've gone through and you come out of it, it's phenomenal. It gives you such a sense of peace of mind and clarity about what's around you, that you really feel kind of, I guess, what's the word? Just, enlightened in a lot of how you want to go about stuff. Right? And I think, and I share that because I think in today's day and age, a lot of us are silently going through it. Right? And it's viewed upon, mental health is viewed as a disease that no one's able to talk about. Right? No one ever questions if someone has cancer. Right? We give a love and say, oh my God, we feel sorry for the person, and we never go and say, you have cancer. God, don't talk to the guy, right? What's wrong? We don't ask, how did you get cancer? Right? We don't say, Ruwindhu, you live a great life. You have a blessed family. You have amazing children. You were at Virtusa. You had all that great stuff. How dare you get cancer? We never ask that. Had I got cancer? Right? When I got depression, and I was lucky and blessed enough that those who were closest to me never asked that question. I never felt that way. But I know for a lot of people, that would, and you and I also would do that. Right? We may not voice it, but in our mind we're thinking, how can that person go to depression? What not? Because we have created in our minds reasons or rationales that warrant for someone to go to depression. Right? It's all perception that we created. There is no answer. It's a very personal thing, and each of us go through different things. Right? So I want to share that because I think I truly believe in this. Having gone through that and then having been able to come out of it, it takes a lot of loved ones to have a lot of understanding, and it takes a lot of personal conviction. Right? And I think a lot in that ties into also my ability to kind of, and I do like to think I live life larger than what it is, and it comes from just that inner peace, right? So how do you create that for yourself? I think it's a daily, you've got to work at it, like everything else. And we don't invest in ourselves as much, right? You think about, and that's the irony of it, right? When you're paid to do something, you will do that, you'll get MBAs, you'll get MSCs, and you'll do whatever it is for something that's so fickle. But when it's your life, how many of us truly work on ourselves, on our mental health, right? On just having clarity. So you've got to view it in the same way. You've got to tell yourself that you deserve it, and you've got to work at it, right? So for me, what's worked is just that. Each person will find out, right? For me, swimming has been it. So I swim, and that helped me during that period as well because it was a forced mechanism of meditation. It's also the 2080, right? If you think about what happens in swimming, and you guys swim by chance? Casually, yeah. So I could barely swim 2 lengths without panting my life off, right? But I said no, and I put a goal. I said I'm going to want to swim 50 lengths in 35 minutes. That was my goal, right? And that still isn't great, but for me that seemed like a daunting task that I'll never do, right? To do 50 seemed like, so then I also put a timing target because I wanted to be efficient. So first goal was to put that in, right? So you have mini victories now. So you have a goal. You need to have something that kind of gives you a sense of achievement. And it's amazing what the mind does, right? So now, as you did that, one of the biggest things was mentally 50 seemed huge. Right? After a few, it just became really tough. So I said, you know what, it's in the mind. So I started, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 80, 50, right? So I just, simple thing that I did. I said, I'm going to count 1 as up and down. 1, 2, 3. All of a sudden, all I had to do is 25, not 50. Now, so it's a mind fake. But a very important mind fake, right? Because now, unconsciously your mind has such an impact on what you do and your whole body chemistry and then how you operate on stuff. And now we have the power though. We have the power to choose how I count. I had the power. So I did that to myself. And the next thing was you focused on the 28, right? In swimming, I found the biggest thing is breathing. Because if you just think of it as walking, you don't worry about walking 5 kilometers. You can pace it out. The biggest issue for people in swimming is that they don't breathe, they fear So they don't take enough oxygen, your whole body function goes down, your muscles don't work. So it's a chemical process, right? So as long as you realize that and you focus on the worthy, you focus on the most important thing, your body starts reacting. So, and I share that because I think for all of us it's the same thing. You need to find your own thing, but I think finding something outside of your day-to-day, your profession, or what you're tasked or what you're paid to do, but then really trying to live life with meaning in that context and try to kind of figure out, because that same analogy now works to me in office. It works to me with my wife and my kids. Just, you can, but it's very practical, right? I know I've got to now 50 lengths in even better than 35. I can do it 33. Right? And you start making stuff, right? I was lucky enough, I took part in Ironman, not the whole thing, but last year my brother-in-law was cycling. He convinced me to come and be part of the team. So every day, so I actually did the 2-mile swim or 2-kilometer swim on that first leg. And you just, you push yourself beyond things that you ever thought that you can do. Right? So, and that's my advice. I think for all of us is finding, and each of us do, I'm sure all of you guys have your own thing, and that's how humans are, but I've learned is to do it more consciously. I think we don't give enough priority to that. We let that be, or I'm too busy, or I had a week. Let's be honest, there is no such thing called, and I'll share another thing, right? So we say let's manage time. Because I think time management courses, how stupid is it really? Can you manage time? You can't. No, tell me anyone who's been able to get a minute more than 24 hours? That's static. You can't manage time. Right? It's a phrase, but it's a very incorrect phrase. And I think therein lies the problem, because a lot of us are led to believe that you can manage time. You can't. All you can manage is yourself. You can manage your energy and you can manage your choice. That's all you can do. 2 things that you all can do is to decide what am I going to do in the next minute, right? So do this interview versus something else. It's a choice. Right? The energy that I bring to this is also a choice. I can be like a daisical and I can say, I'm going to do for the sake of it, or I can say, I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to pump myself up and I do it with purpose. Those are the only 2 things that are really in your control. Right? So if you kind of find, and then that's why I said by finding something that's outside of work to relate to. Swimming was an example for me. So that was a classic thing of, it was a choice of what I chose to do and the energy that I bring to it.